What's going on? In this video, I'm going to discuss what exactly influences us, how the world of work is changing and evolving, and how we can move beyond the social and societal and parental pressures that hinder us in our careers. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below, and if you haven't seen the first video in this series about the top 5 career regrets, go check that out. The next video is going to be about how to find your passion. So let's get started. What influences us? From an early age, we are influenced by everything around us. The environment we are in, our parents, anything societal norms that have been created before us, our friends, our teachers, everyone we interact with, the entire world influences us from a young age, as soon as we can even comprehend what's going on for the rest of our lives. When we're trying to find a career, these things can all be a hindrance. Our parents had certain things they wanted from us. Whether that be they want us to be doctors or lawyers or work in finance, whatever it is, they may be projecting things on you that they either didn't do themselves or that they want of you so they can tell their friends that my kid is a doctor or my kid is a lawyer. Not at all say that those are bad career paths. I just want you to understand that you have these things that are influencing you from a young age, and do you really want to go with that? Like, do you really want to pursue things based on someone else telling you what to do, based on a societal norm? Something to think about, my friend. Even with these societal norms, let's think about school in general. You go to high school, and the assumption is that you're going to go to a college. Now, most likely that's going to be a 4-year degree program. That is what people just do. That's the expectation. But there are other alternatives. The world is changing. Adam Braun, the founder of Pencils of Promise and also Mission U, offers a 1-year program where you don't have debt. You pay when you actually get a job, then you start paying back your loans that way. It's crazy. Society is crazy. They say there's only one path. There are so many paths. You could become an entrepreneur out of high school. There's so many ways to go. It's important to realize, like, get in your head about what you want and not all the other clutter that is around us from a society standpoint, from parents, whatever that may be. I feel lucky and fortunate enough that my parents were just supportive of basically whatever I want to do. At the same time, they didn't even really present options besides college from high school. You just don't know what is out there, so you have to pursue and take the effort yourself, put that on yourself to spend the time to explore these different things. As I mentioned, the world is changing constantly. Just for 1 second, let me just help you think about this. Your parents, could they become YouTubers? Could they build online businesses when they were growing up out of high school? No, it just wasn't a thing. There was no internet, like whatever early stage of internet there was no consumer internet in place back then. They couldn't become a YouTube star like you could theoretically do now. They couldn't grow an online business. I operated online businesses for like 5 or 6 years since 2012, 13. That wasn't an option for them. The world is a vastly different place now. Even with getting a job, you don't simply send a resume and expect that you're going to get a top-notch dream job. It doesn't work like that. The world is different. Connecting with people, looking at different career paths, non-traditional career paths, as well as traditional career paths, it's a whole different ballgame, and it's important to understand. So in that context, when you have these societal norms and parental norms that are placed upon you from a young age, it's important to realize that the world is evolving, the world is changing, the world is advancing. There are jobs now that weren't around 10, 20, 30 years ago. Hell, there's jobs now that weren't even around maybe 5 years ago. Things change, so it's important to understand that they will keep on changing, and there will be different career opportunities for you. Have the open mind and look around and see what those are. Beyond what your parents tell you, what your friends tell you, what your teachers tell you, there's always more. There's always more. And lastly, how do we move beyond this? We know we're impacted by our environment and our parents and societal norms, and we know that the world is changing, the world is evolving constantly. How do we kind of manage with it? I think it stems from knowing yourself and understanding yourself and what you really want. What do you actually want from a career? What do you actually want from your life, and how does that career fit in? You're not living someone else's life. You're not living your parents' life. You're living your life. Like, you are living your life. You are you, and you have that the rest of your life. You can't live based on someone else's norms and society and whatever else is going on. You have to find out what you want from your career. No way around that. So take the time, spend the time reviewing, spend the time journaling, spend the time getting to know yourself. And that is how you can kind of break beyond these different societal and parental norms. Because if you don't, think about the alternative. Do you want to spend 10, 20, 30, 40 years in a career that someone else placed upon you? How miserable is that? It's horrible. I cannot imagine doing that. I don't think anyone should. I know people do. I don't think anyone should have to deal with that. Take the time, make the change, find out what you want, and then move forward. At the end of the day, time is our limiting factor, folks. All we have is time. It is a limited amount of time, and if you live with whatever someone else is telling you, it's not going to be the best use of your time. Point blank. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe down below. Click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Video number 1 of this series on the top career regrets. You can also click over to that. And the next video, you should definitely watch, is on finding your passion. So how to find your career, you gotta look at your passion. And why, some of that can actually be some completely BS with finding your passion. I'll talk about all that in the next video in this series. Have a great one.